Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Practice Gratitude Success Show. Thank you so much for coming. Rosanne is here. There she is. Okay, she just popped in. We couldn't see her. We couldn't see her picture. So this is a repeat of yesterday. Okay, but thank you, Rosanne. Thank you for being here. Welcome.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Bob, so much. I'm glad to be here. Thank you. I'm glad I had to get back in, and it actually worked this time. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say hi to everybody that's here. Chris, welcome. Thank you for coming, Chris, the organic princess. And then we have the queen of green, Christy Kelly. Thank you, Christy, for coming. Len Mooney was here. That's Roseanne, of course. And Nicole Harris is here today. Now, one thing we're going to do today. So we had a show yesterday with Paul Santisi, and I had we had a contest going that we're going to offer up one of his energy coins, these Paul Santisi energy coins. So towards the end of the show today, we're gonna choose the winner. The criteria is you had to be here. And Rosanne said, oh, she felt really bad because she couldn't make it. She had to go to a doctor's appointment. You had to be here. And then you had Dennis Evoy. Thanks for coming, Dennis. Dennis is I knew him from school. We went to school that we grew up together, and he came in for the first time just 2 days ago. But thanks for coming. He's in the running as well. And Jackson, thanks for coming. So the criteria was you had to be here at the show yesterday, and then you had to make a comment on the replay on Facebook. Now the problem was the show. Paul Santisi was like Rosanne is right now, but he couldn't talk. He had his earphones on, his microphone, and he's a professional guy. He does all these video productions, so it's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's got a host. He's got a studio, and he couldn't come in. It was so funny. He was there, but he couldn't make any. He couldn't speak. He couldn't say anything. He could hear me and everything like that. So it was weird. And then Debbie Garcia was here just as a whim. I brought her to come over. I just wanted her because she said she couldn't get in, so I clicked to come over. So she became over as a co-host, and she didn't expect that. It was funny when you do things live. Things just you don't know, you never know how things are going to work out. But so anyway, so welcome everybody for coming here today. Thank you so much. You know, we are just on a rock and roll. Jackson just had a wonderful phone call. I heard you there, Roseanne. I heard you were on this call.
I was
really powerful. It was talking about being brave, being bold. What was your take on his call today?
Just basically just to go forward fearlessly. And interestingly, I pulled an angel card this morning, and that was the exact message that Archangel Michael asked me to share with the group. Just go forward fearlessly. Just do what you have to do. Be confident, be bold, and rah rah. So it was a great message, Shay, man.
It was because we sometimes we get fear comes in. We always say, well, we don't want to allow fear to come, but things happen. We're human, and things happen to us, and we get scared for whatever reason, different reasons. But to overcome, and he used some examples, say like the captain on the Titanic, where being the last person there. We all say we would like to do something. We would like to be the one that would just like, okay, here, put the last baby inside the boat, and you guys go away. But when you know that's the last boat, are we really going to make that right choice? Are we going to do it? And he also used the example of the three men that swam into radioactive waters to stop the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, to minimize it at least anyways. But they knew they were going to die, but yet they suited up and they swam across these radioactive waters to just to save other people. And so it's like sometimes we have to make a choice. We have to make a conscious decision that we are going to step up and be bold. And if we know something that's going to help people, it's going to save people, then we have to do that. And that's kind of like what you're doing right now. Roseanne, can you share like what you're doing that's a little bit different than the last time you were on the show? Because you were on here like just a few weeks ago. With you came out with Terry. In fact, this is your third time on the show.
Yes, it is, and thank you so much for that. You know what, each time we've been on, we've talked about Time Heals and what we're doing with that, and in our individual groups. And since then, and literally it was just last Saturday, I decided to join Asante. And you and Jackson, I think, or you and Terry, somebody, maybe it was you and Len even, were talking about a little bit about the greens and the reds, and I saw a little bit of conversation going here and there. And then I said, you know what, I got to start reading up on this and see what's going on. So I did a lot of research, like between Friday and Saturday. And then you and Jackson and I got together and had a chat about it. And I was like, yeah, let's do it, So I'm very excited to be on board with it, and I'm focused on helping people, but also to, building a team and helping them. So I'm very excited, and I've been able to bring in 3 team members so far.
Yeah, that's amazing, because it took me a long time before I even brought anybody in. The reason being, I am not like a recruiter sort of a person. I want to make sure that what I'm doing is the right thing first. I want to make sure that it's the right. So this community that we're involved in, it's the wellness community. We're called wellness warriors. So it's not like we all know everything. We don't know everything, but we're moving towards the good stuff and away from the bad stuff. And we are just getting so many chemicals that are put on her. I mean, we don't. They say the average woman puts on like 120 chemicals on her skin before 9 o'clock in the morning.
It's ridiculous that they even allow this.
God. I mean, it's incredible. Just like skin cream and just, the shampoos and the makeup and all the stuff that we put on. It's just like, oh my God, it's just, we think that these things are fine because they're sold in a store and are these things regulated? And they're really not. I mean, they're really not regulated at all. They can put the cheapest things they can possibly put on. And I've been totally guilty of it. I'll go to the store, 99-cent store, and I'll buy the cheapest shampoo I can get. As opposed to like an expensive poisonous shampoo for $8, I'll get the 99-cent one. The expensive one is probably just as bad as the 99-cent one, but it smelled better.
It smelled better, yeah. It made my hair a little softer.
Exactly, but guys aren't into that stuff as much, I think, as women. Women are more into like, okay, the beauty of it, the
body care and facial care and just skin care in general, and yeah, absolutely. And that's what I've been doing, is just talking to people about it. And I think my excitement about it is what they're kind of feeling and going with, and I try to offer the opportunity whenever I can, or, just to share about Asante. And in fact, I went over and I did my website over completely yesterday and added a page that says, "Go green with me, let's get healthy." And I added a bunch of information and hyperlinks in there that take them to, the Asante pages and videos on the Toxic 10 and all that. So I'm definitely all in on this because I want to help.
Yeah, that's awesome, and it's a piece of the puzzle. We can, we can't just say, okay, you take these greens, you're gonna be healthy. You're probably gonna be healthier, by not eating a donut or things like. There's also the mindfulness, the mental, stuff that we have to put into our brain to, come in from our, tap into our spiritual source. We have to exercise. We have to do things. We can't just say, okay, take a pill. I mean, it's not a pill, but it's taking these greens and red. That's what I take. I take the greens and the reds.
I'm waiting for mine. They're due in tomorrow, so I'm very excited and praying that they get here on time, because I don't think I could stand to wait till Monday. It's pretty amazing stuff.
No, I've been taking them since probably around January. I've been taking this, and I take them, and I get up first thing in the morning, and I make a cup. I put the greens and the reds, and each little scoop is like 5.5 pounds of superfood organic greens and the reds, the berries and stuff like that. And it actually tastes really good. So I drink that first before I even have my cup of coffee. And bam, it's like I feel great. And I know Len Mooney here, he's been watching me do it. And every time he comes to visit, I give it to him and stuff. So he's been wanting to get it for whatever reason, one reason or another. He didn't get it until this past weekend when he was here. And
boy.
The third day when he was here, I said, Len, we went over to the Fiesta Island where I always see this hermit guy, and I always give him food and stuff. I said, Len, you seem a little more energetic today. You get a little more pep to your step out, And what do you feel better? He said, absolutely. So it was definitely the greens that perked him up,
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Well, that's what I'm expecting to happen with me once I actually get to enjoy them, is just to get, energy up. And I'm not trying to go out and sell anybody. I'm just telling them about what I've learned, and I'm excited about that. And I can't sell something I haven't experienced for myself.
Exactly.
But they go on the site, they read the product labels, the reviews that are there, and they just get excited by it. So I'm so happy just to be able to share it all. And, whatever's going to be is going to be. I have my list of intentions that I focus on every day. group members that I want to add, people that I want to talk to, you know, things that I'm very grateful for. Of course, I'm talking to the king of gratitude here, but, you know, I just try to keep very focused, and that involves a lot of different areas, Asante being one of them for me, you know.
The only thing I have with you is that it might, you know, for some people, you know, it might make a major change in their life because they're kind of like, they don't really have that much energy anyways, or they're not healthy. I don't know if we're going to be able to see a difference in you because you're so outgoing anyways.
Could you imagine? I'll be like bang zoom. I'll be bouncing off the walls.
What's going to happen when you get on these super greens? Are you going to be jumping off
I might
the
be.
walls?
I might be like, yeah, absolutely. I might. Well, you'll find out. You'll see me. You all see me pretty much on there anyway. So, I mean, I do. I try to keep upbeat. I try to keep active. I mean, I'm very deeply spiritual, very connected, and just loving life and enjoying myself. You know, for the first, you know, 40 somewhat years of my adult life, I worked full-time in corporate America, ran businesses and did my thing, and finally decided a year and a half ago that I was going to retire and just sit back and enjoy the rest of my life. And well, the angels had other ideas, and you know, and here we are, you know, 19 months later, and I'm off in so many different directions. I never expected that any of this was coming at me. So I'm very excited always about what tomorrow is going to bring.
That is super cool. It's so super cool. Tell us about your whole angel thing, and then I'm going to share a little story about the whole angel. You know, you guys. I put you all like in a category like the angel.
The group of angels, right?
Tell us how. Yeah, tell us how did you get into the whole angel thing? How did that whole thing?
Well, I've always been deeply spiritual. I mean, literally since the age of 5 or 6. And I know you've seen the picture, Bob.
She sent me a picture of her dressed up like a Catholic nun, but she was like, what, 7 or 8 years old.
At the age of 5, and everybody would say, "What do you? I want to be a nun. I want to be a teacher." And I mean, where does that come from at such a young age? I mean, you know, kids want to be astronauts and wives back then, and me, I wanted to be a nun, which I'm grateful that never came to be. But what happened was when I retired, I went into a very deep meditation. And when I came out of that meditation, and I had always meditated, but this was a particular day that I just found myself very deeply under. And when I came out, this angel was speaking to me, and he said, "You need to create a group." And I said, "A group for what?" I wasn't getting it, obviously. And he said, you need to create a group. I said, "Okay, what will we call it?" And he said, "Earth Angels of Light." And well, what is it for? "Well, you're a way shower. You're a beacon of light. You're going to help people to grow and to open up and to ascend." I said, "Okay." And I remember sitting there creating the whole thing. And just when I was about to hit enter, I chickened out and I hit cancel.
Did you?
And the angel, yeah, I did. And the angel was like, no, you're doing this today. Honest to God, hands to God. And I was like, I don't really understand, but okay. So I went ahead with it, created the group, invited probably 20 people, you know, out of my personal friends and whatever that knew I was spiritual. And I often talked about the angels. And so the adventure began. And it wasn't long after that that they said to me, "Don't worry, we're going to bring the people to you. It's going to grow beyond your wildest dreams."
Wow.
And I said, "Well, I hope so, because I don't know that many people." And now the group has over 3,900 members.
Oh my God, get out.
Yeah, we do. And, you know, after probably a couple of months after all that, and I would post every day and try to be inspirational and all that, they would talking to me and saying, "Listen, you need to become a card reader. You need to be an angel card reader." So I remember signing up on Doreen Virtue's course. I became certified card reader under her. And then after that, they said, "Well, you need to finish your Reiki master." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to be a Reiki master. I'm level 2. I'm good with that." No, you need to do that. And then, of course, they started talking to Terry and I about Time Heals. And so we went forward with that. We became healers. We were master healers, and we were training other people. And then we wrote the book. And it's just kind of like, everything's just kind of blown out since then. Then I did become a Reiki master a couple of months after the book was published. And now I don't know, it just seems like every day life is an adventure that I never know what's going to be quite coming at me, but I'm open to it all and to receiving it all. And I just feel very, very grateful and very blessed at the way everything's gone. And to say thank you to Terry, because she introduced me to you, Bob, and to Len, and to some of the people in your circle, and it's just grown and grown from there. So I'm very, very excited, very delighted to, you know, just to get to know everyone, you know, and to share the Asante experience with all of you is awesome. And I'm learning a lot, Jackson.
Everything just keeps growing. I've got 3,900 groups, so you know how all this goes.
Yeah, and then I have another group, which is my gratitude group that they had asked me to create a few months after that. And I'm right at the 1,000 mark on that one. So I think by the end of the day, I should be over 1,000 people there. And some of them are from the Earth Angels group, some of them are not. And the people just want to come on and talk about their stories or write their gratitude, and that's what we do there.
So you write down your gratitudes every day? Like
every day.
Okay.
Yeah, every day I do. I write down my gratitude, who I'm grateful for, what I'm grateful for. Some days it's just everything, and some days it's particular people. My husband, my family, you know, that type of thing. Always for God and the angels for being in my life.
How does it start your day off? Gratitude?
You know what? I start my day off every day with coffee.
I start mine off before the coffee.
I mean, honestly, before I put a foot out of bed, I am already saying thank you for this day. But it's not coherent. It's just like thank you, you know. And then the coffee, and then I sit down and I just think about what it is I'm grateful for, and I just start to talk about that, and I connect with God and the angels, and I always try to find time to meditate a couple of times a day. I haven't yet this morning because I was on that rah-rah call with J-Man, and now I'm on your show. But when we're done here, that's my plan. I just need to just connect and meditate a little bit and go in and just be grateful and thankful and let the day begin.
Right. I wanted to call yesterday with angels, speaking about angels. I wasn't. I couldn't get on the call. I think I was a little late. I was about maybe a minute before the time, and I called and I kept saying, "Please enter your PIN," and you know, just do it. And it was over and over. I think the lines must have been full. So I came in about 12 minutes early this morning. I wanted to make sure I was going to get in here.
Well, you know, there's Mercury. The planet Mercury is moving in retrograde right now, and what that means is that when you look at it, it appears to be moving backwards. So when that happens, Mercury being the in charge of communication, if you will. So it affects our communication abilities. It affects our electronics. It affects crazy things. People fighting and arguing with each other, and attitudes and tempers getting up. And
really?
Yeah, I mean, big time. And it just started today. It just officially went into effect today, and it's going to be with us for the next almost 3 weeks. So the thing that I was told, and I've been told before, because this happens about every 3 months, is don't buy any big ticket items during this time. Bite your tongue. Try to take everything with a grain of salt. And if communications and your electronics go wacky, it's just Mercury. I had a problem. I had a problem last night. I was co-hosting a blog talk radio show with Jason Watts, and I kept getting kicked out. And I said, well, thank God this isn't a video situation like I have tomorrow morning with Bob, or I'd be in big trouble. They'd be talking to nothing, you know, nobody but Bob.
Oh, this started today or yesterday?
Actually, this morning. But you feel the what they call the shadow effects of it, usually about 5 or 6 days before. And it's supposed to last about close to 3 weeks. I think it ends May 22nd.
Well, I wonder if it had anything to do with Rosanne not getting in here yesterday.
Oh, it might have. But, you know, I will say this, your energy, where you focus your energy is what you're going to get back. So I really try not to pay any mind to Mercury, because I don't want all these things happening around me. So I just say, yeah, okay, I know you're there, and, you know, I move on. Yeah. So don't give it too much thought.
I was fine until we start talking about it. Now I'll be thinking about it for the next 3 weeks.
Oh, no.
You curse me.
I'm sorry. No, I didn't. I really didn't. I blogged about this on my website probably about a week ago, just to kind of forewarn everybody a little bit about it, which I do. I don't blog daily. Usually every couple of weeks I put out a new post, but everything's kind of on my website, and that's where I added my whole Asante page.
What is your website? I'll write it in the chat here.
Oh, it's www.angelicinsightswithrosanne.com. Yes, Jackson, Mercury means we're hot. We're hot, baby. We're hot. Woohoo!
Now, the book you're reading right now is called Time Forgives, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that one.
Well, we're working on it, not perhaps every day as we had with Time Heals. The timing, it just seems to be off a little bit with Terry and I because our schedules are so spread out, but we are working on it and writing, and then we try to get together and discuss it. But Time Forgives is really just about forgiving everything and everyone that's ever hurt you or upset you in your life, because we carry this horrible energy with us that just kind of, we stuff it down and it just stays in there. And it just kind of causes disease within the body. So the angels talked to Terry about getting, writing this forgiveness factor thing. And she had it was a channeling session. And she said, well, I don't really, understand, like, what am I supposed to do with this? And, I did forgive this and I did release that. And they said, well, did you? And they started throwing questions and, things at her. And it ended up becoming a huge thing that she typed up, just about her particular path and her past and things that went on. And from that, it kind of bled into, okay, you need to figure out a way to write a book about this and talk about the forgiveness factor and doing releasing sessions. So we've taken some people through forgiveness releasing sessions, which are just wonderful. It just allows them to focus on whatever the issue was and just to somehow release it. And we mix that with the Ho'oponopono prayer, and it's been wonderful to see people just releasing it all, and some things that people have held in for 20 or 30 years and more, because people are really getting sick from stuffing down all that anger and hurt and resentment. It's not good. So they've asked us to help others with that and to bring it to the light, and that's what we're focused on.
Rosanne, Len said it was a bad link that I had put up there. I'm looking to see if I mistyped it.
Did you put .com?
No, I didn't.
Let me type it. Hang on a second, honey.
That would do it. You gotta put .com in there. That's the reason why.
There you go. Hopefully they can take it from there. Thank you.
Okay, you got it in there. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, cool.
Yes, they are relentless, Terry. I see what you wrote. They are, and they're all over us. They're all over us, which is good though.
Before we still going about 5 minutes left, but before we get close to the end here, I want to go ahead and announce the winner, or have of how we're going to do this. We have. It's not this particular coin. This is my coin. You can't have this coin. This
I love it. I must have one. I must have one.
And so, but he sells these. Paul Santisi. Now, I'm going to tell just a little story. I found Paul Santisi. I was going through YouTube one day, and I just looking for meditations and things like this. So I found him. I found Paul Santisi. He's got hundreds of these really awesome meditations. Go to YouTube or go to paulsantisi.com. SANTISI. So when I found him, and then I sent him a friend request. I spoke with him, and then we started communicating back and forth. And that's where that's when Terry found me.
Right.
With Paul, and that's how my whole angel connection with all of you guys opened up like that.
She's a happy hunter, that Terry. You got to watch out for her.
She is a happy hunter. So cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing how things just like one thing just leads them to another one. So anyway, so yesterday on the show we had the people that came into it and the ones that actually went to the YouTube channel and left a comment. And I'm going to ask you after the show today too, even though it's not a contest today, but I might try to implement some sort of a contest in the future. If you can go to the YouTube channel later and leave a comment for Rosanne on this here after this show later on today when I post a replay. But so what I'm going to do, I have the names of the people that were there today, and then I put down on a card numbers 1 through 5 because there's 5 people that left comments yesterday. So I can't see the name. The names are on the other side of the card here. Let me hold it up so you can see. The names are on the other side, so Rosanne can't see them. But I'm going to ask her to pick a number from 1 to 5. She has no idea who these people are because their name is on the other side. And that's
I know my name is not there. Darn it! I'm so sorry.
So it doesn't. You can't win.
The angels are telling me to pick number 4.
4. Okay.
Number 4. Good luck. Whoever gets that, that's awesome.
Number 2, number 1. Oh, no, there's no number 4. No, here it is. It is Nicole Harris.
Woo! Congratulations, Nicole.
Okay, number 4, Nicole Harris. And here's all the other ones. Number 5 was Len Mooney. Number 1 was Chris Shelson House. Number 2 was Bonk, Dennis E. White, my childhood friend. And number 3 was Terry. Terry wanted a pendant anyway. She wanted to get a pendant. So Nicole, Nicole was here earlier. So get with me, and then we'll get with Paul Santisi, and we'll have to send you out either one of these coins, or a pendant, and get one of these things out there to you. So now, getting back to you before we get out of here. Before we do that, I want to say come in tomorrow because J-Man Jackson Kelly comes on Fridays. He's incredible, and he's got a show that comes out every Friday night. It's called Friday Night Live, and I encourage everybody to go to that show. I'll put the information in the replay, and everybody just check it out. Go there. It says 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. So get a chance to check it out. And today is Thursday, so Len Mooney also has something going on today too. He got his lunch with Len, and I don't know, Len, if you can type in who you have as a guest today. But you can go to lenmooney.com/lunch with Len, and you can find out who that's going to be. So Nicole, so how can people get a hold of you? And especially if they want more information about this whole wellness thing, they need to contact you because they can get a hold of it.
They can, I mean, if they're on my website, they can get a hold of me from there. I've posted hyperlinks to my personal Facebook page, to my group. My Facebook page is rosanne.l.heaton. My group is Earth Angels of Light. And I did have my cell phone number posted on my website for a while and decided that was probably not a good thing to do and removed it. Just yesterday, in fact, when I was, modifying everything. But I mean, I'm around. I'm always around. I'm on and off of Facebook constantly because of the groups and working on Asante and all that. So I'm all hyped up and ready to go.
And if you think she's hyped up now, wait till she gets her order.
I gotta get my greens. You're not gonna be able to stand me.
you gotta come back. You and Terry gotta come back on again, like maybe like soon, like within a couple of weeks, and let us know how this whole thing is making you feel. Seriously, I'm serious. I want to see how it's making you feel.
We'll be bouncing off the walls, I'm sure. Well, Terry's already started. She's had it for a couple of days now, I think.
Right. Yeah.
So, I can't wait. I'm very excited to get them.
Yeah,
so pray that I get them tomorrow, which is when it says it's coming. I keep praying it comes on time.
Right.
FedEx, go FedEx.
Well, hope they come for this weekend and get you go. So anyway, so thank you so much, Rosanne, for coming in. I will put all your links into the replay and things like that. They don't show up on chat here. So make sure you send them to me in a message, okay? So then the replay comes out. I will put all the links there. And I ask you, please, if you guys get a chance when the replay comes up, go to the YouTube channel and just leave some comments. Leave a few comments for Rosanne and just say, hey, Rosanne, say something or whatever, But thank you so much. Thank everybody for coming today.
Thank you, everyone.
I love meeting everybody. Come in tomorrow and check out Jackson Kelly and come for lunch with Len today at 11:30 Pacific time. Okay? As Len would say, bye for now.
Bye-bye.